Hey guys, I thought it was about time I got my Game of the Year 2014 video up. It's drifted over a little bit into 2015 because I thought a few games that came out towards the end of the year and games I purchased at the end of the year that came out this last year. I wanted to give a fair amount of time to playing each of them before I made my final decision. I feel like I've done that now, so I'm going to show you the 10 games. Well, I'll show you 9, and one of them is a digital only game, so I'll need to just talk about that. But I'll show you the 10 games that I thought were my 10 best games I played personally this year. Now, there are so many games this year that I've not had the chance to get around to. So if it's not on this list and you feel like it was a game of the year, and it's not that I'm not adding it in because of that, it's just I personally really enjoyed these games, and maybe I didn't get around to playing your game, or maybe I just didn't find it as enjoyable as you did. I also just want to mention Minecraft PS4 edition, because that was my favourite game I played this year. I had the most amount of fun with it, spent the most amount of time with it, absolutely love it. But Minecraft didn't come out, even though the PS4 edition didn't come out last year, so I just wanted to I didn't want to put that on the list, but just wanted to put that out there, that that's the game I did really have the most amount of fun with this year. So let's start off with a game that came out back at the start of the year, Toukiden, The Age of Demons on the PlayStation Vita. PlayStation Vita is such an underrated system. Everybody says there's no games for it still. It's really fucking frustrating when you hear that, because there are so many great games. This game I played online with a friend, and the single player as well I played a bit. I really need to get back into it and play more of it, because I absolutely loved the game. I loved everything about it. It's a lot like a Dynasty Warriors or Monster Hunter kind of game, a little bit like Soul Sacrifice as well. You have these stages where you go around and you defeat smaller enemies and get to boss fights, and you collect lots of loot and upgrade your character, weapons, armor, and all that kind of stuff. But the gimmick this one uses is it's got like a really old Japanese mythological setting and creatures, and I just think the game is fantastic. It plays really well, controls amazing, looks beautiful on the PlayStation Vita, and it's just so much fun. So definitely a game, if you've got a PS Vita and you've not got this game, it's probably one of my favourite games on the system, so check that out. Dragon Age Inquisition, played tons of this, still got so much more I've not even seen in this game. The scale of it is just massive. It looks gorgeous. Everything about the game, the interaction with the different characters, all the different locations you can go to, the environments, the variety the game offers, is the crafting, the weapons, everything about the game is just phenomenal. Really blew me away, and I think this game is a good example of what a team can do when they've worked on a series. I think the previous games in the series are games that they hadn't. Basically, let me start over what I'm trying to say with this one. What this game is the final result of what the other games were meant to be. I think with the other games, they all have like faults in them, and they're all a little bit flawed. They're great games, but they all wanted to be this game, and I think this game is the combination of everything that was good about those previous games in the series, and stripping away all the negative things about them and producing this. I think that's exactly what this game is. Destiny, the most hyped game ever. Amazing first person shooter, so much fun. Really disappointed about the story, though. It was just really kind of lacking. But I was expecting like maybe it's just because I was expecting something as grand as Halo on the story kind of scale, but really it was the complete opposite. It's almost like they've focused just on the game in a strange way. Like gameplay is amazing. The weapons are all great. Online is a blast. Whether you're in kind of deathmatch type games, team deathmatch type games, or whether you're playing actual missions, raids and stuff with friends, the game is so much fun to play. That's one of the things really enjoyed about this, is every time I turned it on, there was something missing, but with the story, but I really just didn't care because I was just having so much fun playing it. So that's why this is on the list. FIFA 15, I'll be quick about this one. I've spent well too much money on this on Ultimate Team, but mainly because Ultimate Team is so much fun, this is on the list. The gameplay is really, really good. Finally got a good upscale, a good upgrade with the graphics. You know, they seem to upgrade the graphics every 3-4 years or something, and then just work on little tweaks for gameplay every now and then, every year, and then every 3 or 4 years you'll get like a really different looking game. This is that. Yeah, really good. If you're into sports games, this is, in football in general, this is the best game you can possibly get. Wolfenstein: The New Order really surprised me. I picked this up just because there wasn't much out for the PlayStation at the time, and I was really bored and just looking for something to play on my PlayStation 4, and it really feels like one of those old school PC FPSs or PlayStation 2 or early 360 type FPSs. It's so much fun to play. It's really good. It can be a bit brutal at times. It's quite hard and challenging in certain areas of the game. Story is pretty decent. Nothing truly amazing, but it was good enough to grip me in. But yeah, the guns in this game just feel amazing to shoot, and that's what a great first person shooter should do. Infamous Second Son, the weakest story-wise in the Infamous series, but gameplay as usual. The best thing about Infamous games, and you put any Infamous game in, having never played one, the first thing you'll realise is, wow, they really know how to make a fun game. Everything in this game feels amazing, from navigating menus to controlling Delson to just if you have to go from point A to point B in this game, it feels fucking fantastic. The powers are amazing. My favourite was probably the video one, out of all the new ones, but yeah, it really feels amazing just to manoeuvre around the city, and the gameplay was just brilliant. So much fun to play this game. Story was okay, but you know, I prefer the Cole McGrath stories. Dark Souls 2, really refined, great game in the series. I'm including Demon Souls in the series because it really is. My favourite game is still Demon Souls, but yeah, Dark Souls 2 was amazing. I love everything about it, all the different locations. Once again, like Dragon Age, you know, so much variety in different areas. You can go different creatures to fight. The thing I really love about these games is not just how hard they are, but how every enemy in the game feels like a challenge. You know, even the weakest enemies in the game, you go in there slacking or just kind of trying to blaze through them like a Dynasty Warrior style game, and you'll just get murdered. The game is so good at making every fight feel really intimate and really deadly. Amazing game. Smash Brothers Wii U. Just recently picked this up, been playing this a lot. I suck online with this, but yeah, it's so much fun, it's so colourful. Just like, the thing I really love about Nintendo games is they feel really like the video games from your childhood still. They're very video game feeling, if that makes any sense. You know, games these days are really kind of big, high budget blockbuster, you know, Hollywood style games, like the movies and stuff that you get. But this is just, it feels like that really arcadey, old school type video game style of game, and yeah, it's a lot of fun to play. Mario Kart 8, I'm a huge kart racing fan, love kart, all the kart races that I've played growing up. My favourite is still Crash Nitro Karts, but yeah, loved Sonic Racing Transform that came out not too long ago, and Mario Kart 8 really is phenomenal as well. The track designs in this are so good. I cannot say enough about the track designs. Every one of them feels amazing to play, and all the different power-ups, to see it in HD as well, it's amazing. So that's why that's on. And the final game is digital only. It's Velocity 2X or Velocity X2. Got it with my PlayStation Plus subscription for free, and it's a bit like a mix of a shoot 'em up and a platformer. So you'll go like through the levels like a shmup type game, and then you'll stop off in these different drop zones, and you'll go out your ship and you'll be platforming different areas. And yeah, the game has an amazing soundtrack, this really, really cool pumping soundtrack which just really goes so well with the game, and the platforming and the shooting and everything in the game is just done so well. It's so quick, fast paced, and it flows so nicely, and that's why that's on the list. But if I had to pick one for my game of the year 2014, it would come down to two games. Two games really, really stand out the most for me, and that's these two, Dragon Age Inquisition and Mario Kart 8. And if I was to think which game is just pure fun, entertainment, apps can play in any mood, anywhere I feel like, some days you come home and you feel like, oh, I can't be fucked. But if I come home, I can stick this game in. I can play it at any point. I can be watching The Walking Dead, and I can just be playing this in the background. I can be just I could turn it on just to play a couple of games, like a couple of hours of it, or just to play like 10 minutes of it or something, and that is Mario Kart 8. So that's my game of the year for 2014. I think everything about the game is just perfect. There's not one flaw with it, and it's very rare that you can say that about a game, that everything in the game, it just feels perfect. So I'd really, really like to know your guys' game of the year, so comment please, and let me know what that is. If it's one on this list or if it's something different, let me know why you liked it, and rate the video, and keep watching, and I'll see you at the next video. Thanks for watching, guys.